welcome to the Type Men podcast. Just Ed here. We've kind of inadvertently had the summer off. I guess we've all had different things to do. Nav's been going places. Mike's been going places. I've been to a few places. Shane's been off. It's all been going on. Even Jazz has been gone too. It's all been going on. So yeah, in the meantime, I decided to put out one of our early recordings. I'm going to call these the basement sessions. Essentially, this is us before we put out our first podcast, just finding our voice, finding out what exactly you want to be discussing, how you want to approach it, and so on and so forth. In this episode, it's me, Nav and Mike discussing the moral dilemma that Nav brings to us, which then leads on to a discussion on capital punishment. Give it a listen and enjoy. So one more thing, I'm calling it the basement sessions because the quality isn't as good as it normally is. So bear with us on that. But anyway, here's something to keep you occupied until we're back in September. So until then, here we go. Cool.
Hello everyone, welcome to Type Men UK. I'm here with Magic Mike, Electric Ed, and you got Nav. Okay, so
just Nav, yeah.
I can't think of a
Naughty Nav.
Naughty Nav.
That works. Alright, topic for today. I've got a scenario that I want to run by you. I'll go into the detail afterwards because I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
And I just want to get you guys' thoughts. So, first of all, instinctively what you would do, and then we'll just discuss it.
Alright.
So imagine you're in a train operating room, and you're just there, you're just visiting, and then the main guy, the main operator of the room, leaves for a cigarette break or something. Okay, so you're watching the monitors, and then you notice a runaway train moving towards 5 tied up people, or otherwise incapacitated people lying on the tracks. So you're standing next to the lever that controls a switch. If you pull the lever, the trolley will be redirected onto a side track, and then the 5 people on the main track will be saved. However, there is a single person lying on the side track.
Bloody hell, now.
Oh no, it's a bit dark, I know, I'm sorry, I don't know why. But okay, I just want to get you guys' thoughts. Okay, so you got 2 options. You do nothing, and then allow the train to kill the 5 people on the main track. Or you pull the lever, diverting the trolley onto the side track, but you'll then kill that one person. What do you do?
Probably kill the one person, I guess. Save more lives.
Okay.
Yeah, probably pull the lever and kill the one person.
Alright, and you're saying that because one person dying is preferable to 5 people dying?
Yeah.
Alright. Is there any thought process in your mind that, say you're in that room and you're just seeing it happening, you haven't done anything towards it, so you got no responsibility in effect, but you pulling the switch itself, you are then responsible for killing that one person.
But also saving those 5.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just basically like a numbers game. Is it utilitarian or something like that argument? Yeah, it's just a numbers game.
So the reason why I'm bringing it up is because on this show, a lot of people, I think the majority of people didn't do anything.
Okay.
It was done in a sort of isolated where they sort of faked the scenario, and obviously it was done, and there was psychologists afterwards that spoke to them just to see how they felt and make sure they're okay. But a lot of people didn't do it because I'm the same as you guys. I thought I'd pull the switch. I mean, yeah, like you said, one person dying over 5 people, it should be a no-brainer in that sense. So what's your thoughts that a lot of people didn't do it then?
Probably can handle the responsibility, you know.
But then in turn, aren't you then making yourself responsible for not doing it?
But I suppose maybe not doing something is easier than actually doing it, I guess.
And that was my conclusion. I think it's that the thought that just do nothing, and it's just easier.
Yeah, but then couldn't you be held accountable for sitting there and watching it happen, knowing that you could have done something?
So remember, in that scenario, you're just there. You happen to be there. You're not trained. You're you're just a visitor, for example.
But you know what to do.
You know what to do. Yeah, you know what that switch does. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does it make any difference then? Let's just say then you're on a bridge, and then you see the same train coming. But the way to stop the train is to push someone off the bridge and stop it. No, come on.
This is getting pretty dark.
No, but I'm curious.
Curious to know. What, push them off the bridge onto the track?
Exactly. So then that one person will die, and then the 5 people will still survive. Would you do that?
Well, that's murder, isn't it?
Well, how's the first one not murder?
I don't know, mate.
No, but you see my point though. Why is this? It's pretty much the exact same. I mean, it is, but what's the difference?
I suppose maybe the fact that there's a mediation between you with the technology, whereas if you're pushing someone, that's like you directly. I don't know, something like that. Anyway.
No. So what are you guys saying then? Would you push the person or not?
What would you do? Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah. So first of all, I have the same thoughts as you. You do think differently,
Yeah.
but I couldn't place why it's different, because you make a good point. I mean, maybe it's the fact that you physically pushing someone to their death.
Yeah.
Whereas a Switch, there's a certain level of detachment there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the... And then the reason why... The problem I have with that is that you look at war and you look at other situations, and then, you know, the argument around drones killing and stuff like that. I sometimes feel that's where these sort of... The basis of some of these things are. Like, why is it easier in a war situation to send a drone to mass kill? It almost feels like a game, doesn't it? When you look at some of the video, I haven't seen. Maybe you have, Mike. But you know, when you see it on clips, when there's a person in a room in a war room situation, they're just following a camera, and it looks like a little toy plane, and then they're just pushing it. It doesn't look real, does it? It's just.
But that's more about saving.
Yeah, the lives
your own troops' lives.
Yeah.
So if a drone gets shot down, like a remote controlled drone, no one dies. But let's just say an RAF plane gets shot down. You've got 2, maybe 3 crew members in there that are going to die.
So is it the fact that then the people that you're killing, you're viewing them as enemies?
Well, yeah, because I don't necessarily think there's been drone strikes on, say...
I was just about to say, there has, man.
What you wouldn't view as an enemy. But.
Exactly. And then it just sort of seems like this sort of, just go bomb... again, you know, rightly or wrongly, how can you do that? And yet the difference... You just physically someone in front of you.
I suppose, well, when it's like a machine or even with a gun, like a gun compared to like a knife or even strangling someone, like a gun is essentially flicking a finger and then from a distance compared to like, say, a knife when you're up close, or even if you're just strangling. This is getting really dark, but yeah, if you're like just with your bare hands, like with your bare hands, like I don't know if any of you ever like killed an animal for anything, as in for food.
Yeah.
Like I suppose if you have it in your hand, then you could feel the life literally draining from it. Whereas like I don't know if it's with like a gun, you're at a distance, and I suppose you don't really have that experience. Whereas it's just suppose that's probably why it's easier for people. People prefer that. If that makes any.
Have you killed an animal?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you eat it after?
What, for food?
Yeah.
What scenario?
In the Philippines, like I was doing like actually funny enough doing like a volunteering thing out there. So yeah, probably not.
What kind of volunteering is that?
Yeah, no, it was like
You just kill me an animal.
I mean, we done a similar sort of thing when we went to the jungle.
Yeah, I imagine.
We done jungle warfare training, but we never actually killed the animal because there was people there who knew how to do it.
So what you're saying? I'm harder than you, basically.
Not really.
So
they probably didn't do it right.
What you're saying is the army's less brutal than Ed's volunteering group. That's
We wasn't allowed to do it in case we fucked it up.
No, well, I was.
I mean, it was a pig. Oh no, I'm lying. Sorry, I didn't do it.
Yeah,
but a few of the guys done the chickens.
Yeah, I killed. There's two chickens.
The old twist and pull.
No, we didn't do it like that. We did like we basically cut their neck and held it while like the blood dropped out, and then like it was just shaking, essentially.
How did you feel?
It's kosher, isn't it?
That's how they wanted in the mountains. That's how they wanted to do it. These are like rural people who live in those environments. That's how they do that every day.
Yeah, but with the pig, I mean, yeah, we wasn't allowed to. Well, we ate it though. It tasted fantastic.
Actually, when I was out there was a celebration, yeah, and they had a pig. They bought a pig from the next village, so they basically had it on a leash, walked it for like a couple miles back to the town, back to the little village in this valley, and like because I was like sort of guest of honor. They want me to kill the pig. So like they gave me like this massive knife, like basically like the biggest knife you'll get in your knife set. And the pig was just there standing in front of me. And the pigs like that's when when everyone says pigs are intelligent. That's when I saw for sure that they are, because this pig was just looking at me. And it was like it knew what was going on. Yeah, seriously. I saw like you look at a person's eyes, you see personality. I saw personality in this pig's eyes.
What did you do?
Well, I was like, okay, I've got to do it. And then someone else just stepped in front and just like jabbed it in the neck, and then the scream.
Yeah, it's like
it's a human scream. It was mad. It's mad. Like I never.
That's the way they do pigs. They go in behind the windpipe and pull it forward.
Okay, to stop that.
It's supposed to be the quickest and.
Yeah, they didn't do that. Like, but I think they have a delicacy out there where they boil pig's intestines in its blood. I think it's called sisig, I think it is, and it's like it's a delicacy. So they wanted to so they stabbed it in the neck, and the blood was all pouring out, and they would capture it in like a bucket, so they could use it for this delicacy.
What the blood?
Yeah.
What did they do with it?
They boiled the intestines in the blood.
Oh.
It's like a delicacy out there.
Yum.
Yeah, to be honest, like Michael's saying,
tastes good.
Yeah, like I suppose it's enough to feed I think maybe up to like say 60 people. You know, with other bits like chicken and like some vegetables and whatever. But it tasted good. It was like obviously fresh.
Yeah.
Like I saw it from start to finish, the preparation, like killing it, like chopping it up, like the preparation, like.
You didn't feel any different eating it?
No, I didn't. Like I thought maybe I would, but no, you know.
It's weird. I mean, I haven't had that experience, but the only thing I could relate is when I went fishing.
Okay.
I know it's not.
No, well, it's still like.
Yeah, and I struggle to eat fish.
It's not like those catch and release things. It's actually like proper.
With the full-on fishing rod, and then hooking it, and then doing everything, and then
What did you bring it home and eat it?
Well, brought it home.
Okay.
And then I just couldn't eat it.
Oh really?
I didn't have fish for 2 weeks. But then I got over that.
You got back on it.
I got back on it. Yeah.
I've never been fishing actually.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I went fishing but that was catch and throw 'em back.
Okay, catch and release stuff. I would think in the army you would have killed a lot more animals.
Why?
Just
We're
because.
sadistic fucks.
No, it's just like it's survival, isn't it? You know, I imagine that's.
No.
But
That's why we're trained in that way. Obviously, like jungle warfare training was to prepare you for the unlikely event that you might ever be stranded in the middle of a jungle. I don't know. So they taught you what fruit you could eat and what vines to cut to get water and all different bits and pieces. How to kill a pig, how to kill a chicken, this, that, and the other. What fruits not to eat. And there's this fruit out there as well. I can't remember what they called it now. But they boiled it in something, and it was like natural Viagra.
Oh, what?
Like 15 times stronger.
Oh shit!
Mm.
We
didn't drink it. No, we did. But they just said to us, this bit of fruit, I can't remember what the fruit was called. If you dice it and boil a bit of it up and drink the water, apparently it's like 15 times stronger than Viagra.
Shit! Yeah. Hey, find out the name, start a business way.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
But that was.
Mike's been going off for that for the past 2 years.
Got supplies.
But that was pretty. Yeah, it was just like the jungle warfare training. Not that there was anything going on in the jungle at that particular time.
Fair play.
All right, so let me change the scenario slightly differently. Just again, just to get you guys' thoughts then. So imagine you're a doctor then, and you got 5 people waiting on an transplant organ. And then, they're on the waiting list, but they're going to die soon, if they don't get an organ. And then a traveller comes by, perfectly innocent, but has got no family, nothing like that. And then he comes to the doctor to see him for something else. Now, the doctor can tell he's a perfect match for all 5 people.
That's a good doctor.
Good doctor, he knows his stuff. just by looking at him, he goes, that guy would be perfect. Is it wrong for him to kill this person to save the 5?
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah.
All right. He's saving 5 people's lives.
Yeah, but he is, by definition, a doctor.
Yeah.
So in a position of power.
Yeah.
In instances like that. So that would be abusing your position of power.
Don't they take an oath that they're not is it Hippocratic oath or something like that?
No. Yeah. But putting that to the side, I mean, in terms of ethics, is a doctor not there also to save lives?
Yeah, but not like.
Yeah, within his means.
Yeah.
And killing someone without them even knowing.
Yeah.
To go. I don't think that's within his means. Yeah. That's like Harold Shipman stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but Harold Shipman just did it for his own.
He did it for shits and giggles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because the point is about this argument of the greater good, and then what we've just shown is from basic scenarios the complexities of that, how it's not just a numbers game. Because the doctor scenario is a numbers game. I mean, if you purely detach yourself from the scenario, you're saving 5 people, 1 person's dying.
But with the train scenario, if you did nothing, people would die. All you're doing is like basically making sure that less people die.
That's a rock and a hard place scenario, isn't it?
Yeah,
because either way, people are going to die. It's either 1 or 5. But this is you're taking it into your own hands to kill somebody to save somebody else's life.
All right, say he would die. Say he would. No, I'm just saying. Say he would die.
What are you going to do?
He was dying anyway.
No, well, yeah, he's coming for a reason, and then the doctor could help him out.
By what? Killing him quick?
No, by just helping him for whatever he needs, like giving him the injection he needs.
But then he's not going to die if he gets the injection he needs.
But the other 5 will. So in this scenario, one of either that man will die or the 5 will die. That's kind of what you said, right? So in terms of the train situation, I'm trying to balance it out. So this guy will die. Does it change anything?
But he could save him, but he can't save the others without.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
But then purely a doctor has to work on a case by case.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. So he's got these 2 cases.
So but that's 2 separate cases. So by crossing the 2 cases over, thinking to himself, that shouldn't even enter his head. It should be a case of he needs this.
I'm whispering in his ear. I'm like, hey.
I think Michael's got a point because with the trains, like they're connected. It's like you affect one, you affect the other.
Okay.
With this, like if you don't, it's not necessarily the same because like you deal with the guy and he's fine, and then you deal with the other people separately. They're not really connected unless you do something to connect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're then taking it upon yourself to merge the 2 scenarios.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't be. He comes into your office, he needs an injection, you give him his injection and he's fine, off he goes.
Yeah.
You then concentrate on the people who need...
Would it make any difference if he's a convicted criminal?
Bloody hell.
No. Why is this going...
Would it make any difference if he was a convicted criminal?
Well, like, I don't know.
No, not really. No, it shouldn't do in a doctor's eyes because that's not his... It's not in
your eyes then?
In my eyes?
Yeah.
Mike's a doctor.
But a convicted what? So he's a convicted...
criminal. Murderer. Let's say he's a convicted murderer.
He's a murderer.
Yeah.
But by the fact that he's in my office needing an injection means he's served his time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well then, no, he served his time.
Perfect. Ed? Say again?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to... I still don't think it's right to kill someone to save others in that scenario. Like, if they're not... It's not connected. With the train situation, they are connected. If you do one, you affect the other. And it's about like minimizing the effects, the negative effects. With this, you're taking it upon yourself to decide like the fate of one, really, when it's not necessary for you to do so. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. It's a weird one because I sometimes think of these scenarios as just as a numbers game. You know. No. As in, first of all, I would never do any of this. I don't know because I've never been in this situation. But I'm just saying, if you look at it from a numbers game, you hear the term "the greater good," and then it's like, well, what does that really mean? Is it just about numbers? It can't be then, can it?
Well, that's like say, Jeremy Corbyn, or Labour, what is it? For the many, not the few, and taxes, like taxing the rich to help the poor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly that. So I suppose the point I was gonna get to, depending on what you guys would say, was potentially capital punishment. With a doctor scenario. But I could tell from your answers that neither of you.
I don't agree with capital punishment anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's it doesn't make sense to me to go through I suppose being tried by court is meant to be civilized way of dealing with these things.
10 years ago.
What in the army here? Yeah. It's not really capital punishment.
Everyone gets.
But no one died though, right? That's what I mean by capital punishment. So putting someone to death.
Capital punishment.
How do you mean?
Capital punishment is wholesale.
That's like killing. That's like state killing for crimes.
No. You're talking about a specific scenario of capital punishment.
No. Capital punishment means death. That's what capital punishment means. It means the death sanctioned by the state. Go on, then.
He's going to Google. All right, he's going to Google.
Go on, Google it.
All right, while he's Googling.
Go on, carry on, Ed.
Yeah. It's I don't agree with capital punishment by our definition because as you go through court, or trial by court, which is meant to be civil practice, only to kill someone just seems to be quite. But it's like contradiction,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the wrong word. I'm thinking of the
corporal punishment. You're thinking
of something else.
Corporal punishment.
That's where one person fucks up and everyone gets in trouble.
Google that because I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking of the wrong. Yeah, the death penalty.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike? Death penalty.
I think there are crimes that fit it.
Oh, really?
I do, yeah. I do. Like, paedophilia is one. Molestation as a whole and all that, child pornography, all of that sort of stuff.
Did you hear about that case today with that 16-year-old?
Yeah.
That's what is going on?
I didn't know the full story.
It's brutal, and yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think murder, depending on the murder, if it's a crime of passion, for instance, or it's me and you have a fight in the street and you punch me and I fall and hit my head and I die.
Manslaughter, yeah?
Yeah. But if you go out with the intention to kill somebody, or you break into somebody's house with the intention of robbing and killing, then you deserve to die yourself. Because you can't just go around taking people's lives because you want to. People like Harold Shipman and Jeffrey Dahmer and people like that, they deserved the death penalty because they were mass murderers, and, the way that they did it, Ted Bundy and people like that, they deserved it 100%.
Damn. Okay.
100%.
You know what? I suppose I'm leaning more towards Mike's side.
Oh, really?
Because I do.
I get where you're coming from.
Because how can the state be a sort of like a role model type of thing if they also then kill?
All right, Spider-Man. Yeah. What's going on?
How do we meet that?
Oh, it's there. Just pause it. No.
Donald Glover.
I didn't know
cool.
Donald Glover was Spider-Man.
I didn't know that Sky only pauses for a period of time and then unpauses itself. Who knew?
Sorry for the millions and millions of fans.
Sky needs to sort that out.
Yeah, Sky's rubbish.
Yeah. That's Sky Q, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good? All right, fair play. Yeah, free advertisement there. Yeah. But yeah, like what were you saying? You're leaning towards.
Yeah. So yeah, just because I do think there's scenarios where let's just use that Harold Shipman argument then. So keeping him in prison, I know that forever. What does that achieve?
Oh, I suppose what the purpose of prison?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now you can't there's obvious things that you cannot rehabilitate somebody like Ted Bundy, for instance. How could you possibly rehabilitate someone like that when it's so deep ingrained?
Just turn it off, mate.
It's so deep ingrained in his mind, in his psyche, that he dislikes women to the point where he wants to bludgeon them and strangle them, rape them as well after they're dead. Things like that. How can you rehabilitate someone like that into normal society? And then also, if you can't, why should he take up a space in the prison? Number one, a space in a prison, and number two, funding. So he gets his 3 square meals a day, he gets his all that sort of stuff. Why is that fair?
It's not about being fair. Right, there's 2 reasons why I don't like capital punishment. One, like as I was saying, like it feels like a contradiction to like try someone by court, like by jury, like which is a civilized process, like by all counts, and then afterwards you kill them, which seems quite barbaric to me. It seems like a contradiction, so I don't like that. But also, I don't like it's more of a political argument. I don't think the state has a right to take lives. Like I suppose we live in a society. None of us.
But it's not down to the state.
Well, yeah, the state will be
down to the individuals.
But like, what individual?
That's down to the individual jury.
Yeah, no, but it's like
that deem him guilty or not guilty.
But it's orchestrated by the state.
Well, yeah, but then that's why it's only in certain states in America, obviously.
But I mean, when I say the state, I mean like the government. So like, it's not like if we live in like a modern society of like we have elected officials, whatever. We live in a state, like a governed state. I don't think by us living in a state, I don't think a state has a right to our lives. So it's like we're living in a state where I keep saying state, but we're living in like a governed society, and that government then has a right over our lives in that way. I don't think it does. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't.
Yeah, but you pay your money.
Too far.
You pay your money, you take your chances. If you're willing to go out and mass murder in some cases, and do barbaric things yourself to other people, then why should you not expect that back?
No, but I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right or whatever. I'm just saying that to kill them to me is like a step.
Would there ever be a scenario that would change your mind?
For me, like the only like justified like ways in which a life could be taken is like self-defense or the defense of others. But in a live scenario, not cold, not like so.
Is there any scenario that could change your mind?
Like it's obviously these are principles, yeah.
Mm.
In a real life scenario, like who knows, these things could all go out the window. But
let's say that your mum, bless her, was a victim of Ted Bundy. Would you sit there and fight for him to spend his life in prison?
No, I wouldn't.
Or would you be clapping him to the chair?
To be honest, I'd want to kill him. I'd want to kill him. But
this is what I mean. That's what I mean. You got to look at it. You have to look at it. I understand where you're coming from. I do. The whole liberal way of thinking about it, and yeah, fine, I get it. But you have to look at it from their family's perspective.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because at the end, if it was me and I look at it and I think, what if it was Charlie or what if it was my mum or whatever, then absolutely. And have you seen the Ted Bundy?
No, I haven't seen it. No,
you should watch it because that geezer was fucking loopy.
Yeah.
Like he was absolutely loopy. There was one bit in it when he was at the trial and some woman had got with a sketch artist and done a sketch of him entering the dorm. So basically one night he went into this, the old Delta Zeta, what are they called?
Yeah, the fraternity.
Fraternity.
No, it was it?
Fraternity. Yeah, fraternity.
Aren't the frats for the blokes though? Like what the girls were?
No.
Yeah,
no, it's not paternity leave, is it?
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, he went into their dorms and he went door to door and bludgeoned, strangled and raped 3 women just because he could.
Yeah.
And so anyway, this woman had done a sketch of him going in there and she sat up on the stand and blah, blah, blah. And his lawyer basically stood up and made her look a bit silly. Did you see this? Did you see that? And basically tore apart everything she'd just said and almost sort of swang it a little bit in Bundy's favour. And within 30 seconds of her coming off the stand, Ted Bundy stood up and fired his attorney because he wasn't being allowed to participate enough in the trial. The geezer was a fucking mentalist. Like, he was absolutely mental.
Yeah, and I think...
How can you rehabilitate someone like that into society?
No, I was just going to say about that rehabilitation point. So I think looking at the UK, our prison systems are so bad that I don't think there is true rehabilitation. So that also adds to that flip side. I'm not saying that justifies potential capital punishment. It's more the fact that what are you doing by locking them up?
But there's like 3 main functions of prison. 1 is punishment.
Yeah.
2, rehabilitation.
Yeah.
3 But 3 is like protecting the rest of society from it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But the ultimate goal is with prison is to lock somebody away, to rehabilitate them. To lock them away, to punish them, to rehabilitate them, to then release them.
Yeah, and into society. So 2 out of the 3 points that Ed said, that you got punishment, rehabilitation, and then
protection. Protecting the public.
2 of the 3 are also achieved by capital punishment, right? Punishment and protecting the public. So
but
it's true.
That's true, though. Right? That is really true.
So then it falls onto the rehabilitation.
I mean, what better way to protect the public than to wipe them off the earth?
I just don't think.
So that's why I don't think it's just those 3, Ed, because I do agree.
No, I didn't say it's just those 3. I said those are the 3 main.
But
I don't think the state just has a right to take our lives,
But why do they have a right to take somebody else's life?
No, they don't.
Without having their own life taken.
No, but they don't. That's why.
I know they don't. And what's the ultimate price you pay?
Well, yeah, obviously, but
give your life.
Yeah, but I just don't think.
Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I'm really not.
Yeah, we're just sort of playing devil's advocate.
But it sounds like you are.
I'm putting my side across.
Break it up, you two.
But I get where you're coming from. It is very much a split coin, isn't it? You either agree with it or you don't. There's no sort of.
I actually do think that
you know what? Like I think I need to take some time to dwell on this topic, and we'll come back to it.
Yeah, we can come back to it.
Yeah,
it's a good topic. Yeah, it is a good topic.
This is a never-ending.
Some people, and I'm pretty sure loads of people like yourself will probably listen to this and be like, "Man, he's cold. Like he's a cold guy to think like that." But at the end of the day, I always try and put myself in the shoes of others. So if I put myself in the families of, I know I keep using him, but Ted Bundy's victims, those women that slept in their beds and he just bowled into their rooms, bludgeoned them, strangled them and raped them after they were dead. It's things like that you think, that fucker deserved to burn, man.
Yeah, I mean, that story today broke my heart. I mean, that story.
Didn't the mum, she said her daughter was lying to protect the boyfriend. Was it that one? Or is this a different story?
So the 16-year-old who
raped the 6-year-old girl. Yeah, it was.
Was that what she was saying?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the mum of the kid was lying. Told the police that the little girl was lying to protect the person who'd done it.
Okay.
Madness.
Do you know what I mean? That is madness.
Absolute
Absolute madness.
Now you can't tell me a 16 or 17 or whatever, right? He rapes a 6-year-old girl, and I'm not being funny. There's high possibilities. I mean, first and foremost, let's make it clear: rape is terrible, but you're raping a 6-year-old girl who hasn't got a developed body. You know what I mean? You're doing, aside from the psychological damage that you're going to do, there's loads of physical damage that can be done there.
Yeah.
With a fully grown man.
Yeah.
And a 6-year-old body. Now you're telling me that fuck doesn't deserve to burn.
He deserves to. I don't know.
I mean, she died. The girl died as well. I mean,
but he does get fucked up for sure. But I just don't know. Like, I think my point is that, like, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to die. Capital punishment. Like, capital punishment.
Use the words, Ed.
But capital punishment is about the state taking lives. And my main thing about that is I don't think the state has a right over our lives.
I get that.
The state is like, what else is there? The state has a right to everything. Like,
yeah, but surely, again, like I said, that then comes down so a state government as such, the government, put these things in place that say, okay, right, so we're going to allow capital punishment in the UK, for instance. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring back capital punishment. But we're not going to do the really shitty ones like the electric chair or hanging or anything like that. We're going to do the lethal injection, yeah, which is humane in a way, isn't it? You just fall asleep and that's that. There's no pain really. Done and dusted. Bear with me, Ed. I can see you're itching. Bear with me. Now, so the government say that, but then it's taken out of their hands and given to the power of the people, because it's given to a jury and it's given to a judge to decide. Now, let's take America, for instance. You can be sentenced to life in prison, but not the death penalty. But life in prison in America is you're staying there till you're dead, mate, and that's it. But you can decide, well, actually, we'll give him life in prison, but he's going to get the death. Yeah, we'll stick him on death row. So the decision is not really, it's only the government's decision as to where the death penalty is allowed to be. It's taken out of the government's hands when it comes to a court. Agree?
I just don't think I just don't think they have a right.
It's the message it gives as well, isn't it, to the society? But I don't know. I don't think it's as black and white. So there are scenarios, and there aren't scenarios. You know, so.
Yeah, I suppose it's like I just said to you. Let's say your mum, bless her soul, was a victim of Ted Bundy. Then that's a different scenario to you, isn't it?
Yeah, you said I was getting dark.
Well, yeah. No, but I'm just saying. Yeah, no, it's just like you said about scenarios.
You're bringing mums into it.
Right, sorry. No, man, I've got nothing but love for you, Mum. You know that.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like Nav said about the scenarios, I think that is when it's personal like that.
No, and you make a good point. You put yourself in that situation, and you're right.
But I would want to kill him.
Yeah, but you wouldn't object to him getting the death penalty. That's what I'm saying.
It's the principled thing. I just don't think the state has a right to. Yeah, it's more about like limitations of power of the state. That's more of the issue.
And then bringing it back to what I was sort of getting at, then I suppose it goes back to how do you get to that greater good? How do you get to the policy that the situation where you're protecting the many over the few, right? I mean, because
you sound like Jeremy Corbyn, bro. Yeah.
No, that'll be another podcast topic, I think, Jeremy Corbyn. But yeah, I think that was good. What do you think?
Hope you enjoyed this recording, which was actually done 6 months ago now. We'll have more basement sessions next week before we come back properly in September. But until then, stay out of trouble.